Season 2, Episode 2.
That's
All
right.
right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Are You Effing Serious Season 2. Thank you so much for tuning in. We definitely appreciate all the love and all the feedback that we've been getting. This is actually the second show of our second season. We still have the Christmas tree up, because this is coming out around the holidays, beginning of the year. So
Definitely.
we just want to go ahead and keep, with that spirit, Christmas every day, right?
Definitely.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and jump into a few things that are in the news, a few things that, got us wondering, are you effing serious? So I'm going to go ahead and turn to my boy JC so we can go ahead and get started with the first topic.
Oh, definitely. So this is the big news coming out of CBS. Mike and Molly has been canceled.
Okay. It's about damn time.
It's about damn time, huh?
It is. You know what? I can tell you right now, we got tired of watching fat people on TV after watching The Biggest Loser. Now, don't get me wrong. Melissa McCarthy, she's a very funny woman on the physical comedy aspect, but they don't do a lot of that on TV. At least not with that particular show.
Right.
So, I mean, it is a decent vehicle, but it's not the best vehicle for her. And the supporting characters they had, even the guy that plays Mike, they're not really funny people. CBS, you made a mistake by getting it. Honestly, they probably would have done better on Fox.
You think so?
I think so. Because they would have been able to do more lowbrow humor. So I think they would have been able to tune into like her wheelhouse, her people that really, really like her.
I wish I could say I was shocked by this, but she has become a bit of a movie star. She's in Ghostbusters 3.
I wouldn't call her a movie star, but she's getting more recognizable.
The movie business is throwing her a lot of money.
It could be the fact that she may have wanted more money, and that's why they canceled, because they're not going to meet that.
Well, they also said she lost a lot of weight. If you've noticed, she's not skinny, but she's lost quite a bit of weight. She's not as big as she used to be. She's not really that heavy anymore.
So again, you got two fat people, and then she loses weight. So now it's like, is it believable that she's going to stay with him because she's better? She's look better now.
That's what I've been saying. I'm not sure, but obviously they said this is the last season, 12 episodes. They've been cutting them down lately the last couple seasons.
Yeah. Well, that's how you know when your show's sucking. Because like when you're good, you're going to start off doing first you're going to order like 12, 13 episodes first, just to test it out.
Yeah.
If you're good, then they're going to want 24. But once they start cutting it down, yeah, you're losing your viewers and you're starting to suck. So you got to do something.
So we're going to move on to something that's going on here, the Confederate flag issue.
Mm-hmm.
Something I'm sure you want to talk about.
Well, you know what? When I was younger and I was more ignorant, I used to have very, very harsh feelings towards the Confederate flag. Being a history major and learning more, not only in regards to Virginia history, but, history as a whole, I realized that the flag itself isn't so much of the issue, it's more of the thought process of people that feel it is a symbol. Because the thing is, it's just a flag. Mm-hmm. The whole the whole Civil War, it wasn't only just about slavery. It was about a lot of different things. But a lot of people with history, they want to make it seem like the whole Civil War was just about slavery. And it wasn't. And they want to make it seem like the Confederate flag is only for people that believe that we should have slaves. And that's not true. I mean, I believe, especially as a man of color here in America, knowing that my ancestors didn't come here originally, I think it's important that we all need to learn our history and our heritage. And I believe that the Confederate flag is just one way for a certain group of people to do that. I mean, when my father moved here or settled here in Virginia, it's kind of, along that fact is, if I were born here in Virginia, I would consider that to be part of my heritage, Even though I am a man of color, I would consider it that. I mean, think about it. What if we went ahead and started telling people that the only reason why that flag, looks like that is because of Malcolm X or some other African person that came over? How many white people do you think would go ahead and still fly this Confederate flag if they knew that it was a symbol of black pride?
I don't think very many.
But there would still be some that would. And I think that's really the thing. And, you can't try to focus or put down a piece of fabric or cloth. There's no words on it. There's no nooses or anything else like some of these other state flags have.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's that big of an issue. Some people want to make it that big of a deal, nationwide, which is why it was removed from the Capitol building in other states. You know what? Fine. But I believe that if a state wants to continue to recognize the flag, let it be done. If a state wants to continue to put out merchandise, or like Walmart removed a lot of merchandise they had. I don't think they should. If you have a need for it or a desire, get it. I believe in Virginia especially, having a Confederate license plate, I don't think is such a big deal or a big issue, because I'd probably get one. I mean, I'm not from Virginia, but I'm here, and I represent, the heritage as well as I can. So, I mean, a lot of black people are going to think it's a big issue and that it's a negative issue. But I think that intelligence and knowledge is what's going to help people grow, to realize that, again, a flag didn't imprison you. A flag didn't rape your children. A flag didn't oppress you. It was people. Leave the flag alone. If you want to talk about fabrics, how about we start talking about these young boys out here and young ladies putting up their damn pants? If we want to talk about fabrics, how about we talk about fabrics that matter? I don't want to see your Fruit of the Looms as I'm walking down the street or going into Starbucks trying to get something,
Fair enough.
I digress.
I know it's a little harsh for our show, but sometimes the news is like that.
Well, there's certain places that have laws now where if you're sagging, they can give you a ticket. Here's my thing. Hold on. In a country where I have free speech and freedom of expression, you're going to tell me I can't wear my clothes like I want to? But again, other states fly a flag that they say, or those in power feel is oppressive. So you're going to tell me that I can't fly this flag if I want to because it's oppressive. I wear my clothes like I want to, and you want to oppress me by fining me. So again, it's not about the pants, it's about the people. It's not about the flag, it's about the people.
Fair enough, I think, based on my situation where I grew up, I think if I were to see that, people where I'm from, if they see that, they automatically think racism, they think Southern bullshit.
Redneck.
I'm just going to keep it there. I'm not going to drag that out. It's pretty much what it is.
Right.
Depends on where you're from.
I mean, there's rednecks everywhere.
People are surprised when I tell them New York and New Jersey have rednecks.
I know.
New York State, South Jersey, there's rednecks.
Mm-hmm.
They don't believe it because they think we're all Guidos or something.
And not only that, and they or they want to think it's away from the city. No, you got rednecks living right in the heart of the cities.
There's woods in those places. Just because we're up north doesn't mean there's no woods.
And that's the thing. They may have grown up in those woods, but then moved to the city. So now you're just a redneck in the city.
Which is funny.
It's very funny.
It can be funny. So we're going to move on from something really serious to something more lighthearted. The Tupac movie is currently filming. And actually, they casted Mr. Demetrius Shipp here. Now there's an image here. We'll show it to you later. But this is Biggie and Tupac. Currently filming in Atlanta.
No, so this isn't the guy that they had originally cast.
No, it is not.
Okay.
But it is the guy from the guy that plays Biggie is the guy from the Biggie movie though.
Well, that's good. Now,
Captain.
I'm not liking that fact right there, because you had the guy from Ray. He played the guy on the Secret Order of Alex Mack.
Yeah.
He played Tupac very well. Then you had Anthony Mackie played him in the Notorious movie.
Yeah.
Then even someone else played him another time. But
I got the MC Hammer movie. This right.
So the thing is, I would much prefer to have either one of those play them, preferably Ray. But this guy does look very, very similar to him, so I could understand why you wouldn't want to go that route. Even with this Biggie, the dude that played Biggie, being the big black guy, he looked similar, so he could fit the role. Now, I think the dude that played Biggie did a very nice job as far as acting. If this guy is half as good as, the other one, then I believe they made a very, very smart move. But at the same time, is this going to be like the Biggie movie where they're just lip-singing to the songs? Or doing their interpolations of the songs?
This is technically like an NWA spin-off, because they said NWA was going to come out first and Tupac Biggie was going to follow it.
So that means you're trying to introduce the whole Dre character more.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, a Death Row movie. There's been a lot of things. There's even been a Murder, Inc. TV series in development. There's a whole lot of things down the pike in the next couple of years. in relation to rap music?
As a whole, I'm not impressed, but I would be interested to see how it turns out. Definitely, you know. I mean, and again, not the music aspect, the life aspect of Tupac Shakur, because a lot of people don't realize that Tupac wasn't a gangster. Tupac was an educated, young man from Baltimore, performing arts, school, poet, actor, things of that nature. So, going out to California, becoming a roadie for Digital Underground and hanging out with true Cali thugs, you start playing the role. And I believe that is that role that got him convicted of, sexual misconduct charges, the rapes that he was doing jail time for, and all the other things, pulling guns and shooting at police officers. Part of it to maintain an image, and I believe that, like I said, all of that is what helped to basically get him killed, because that really wasn't him. So I think, number one, I hope this movie shows that he really wasn't this thug, or about that thug life, and that he was a guy that just got caught up. So I'm hoping they do that. I want them to show that. I want them to show his relationship between him and Suge Knight, and the relationship between him and his mother. Like, I want them to show that, because they didn't show that with Biggie. Basically, with Biggie, they showed everything that he put out there that they said he was. They just did a movie to reinforce it. A
lot of people even debated how accurate it was, Lil' Kim and other people. But this Tupac movie, I want it to be like that Tupac documentary that came out. I wanted to fill in the gaps.
Right, exactly.
From the MTV documentary.
And that's what I want. So, I mean, he definitely looks like the guy. So we're hoping that he does it.
For the folks in Atlanta that are filming, wish you the best.
Yeah, good luck.
So we're going to move on to a celebrity greed story. Mm-hmm. Now, 90s pop star Mandy Moore got a divorce. And in the divorce decree, she said, "I need support for my pets." This is some of the funniest, nonsensical things I've ever heard.
Are you effing serious?
Yeah.
If you can't afford pets, you shouldn't have them. And your spouse shouldn't be obligated to take care of your pets.
I didn't know people had that kind of money to just say, "Hey, pay for my pets too."
I mean, because I'm saying, here's how I see it. If I'm dating a young woman and we get married, and then we get a dog.
Okay.
We get divorced. Well, you know what? I might not want this dog around because it's going to be a constant reminder. You might want the dog. Well, if you want the dog, you take care of the dog. If I have the dog, I'm going to take care of it. If neither one of us want the dog, let's go take it to the SPCA, you know what I'm saying, and let them take care of the dog. But again, children, yes. Property, yes. Pets, that's your own problem. Deal with that. Deal with that shit yourself.
It just goes to show how sometimes celebrities are just so ridiculous with their requests. I can understand if she has a job, she makes good money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, yeah.
Well, even if she's not making good money now.
But I'm saying getting alimony or child support, she doesn't have a kid. So alimony, she don't really need it.
Mm-mm.
Money for your pets. Like, where do you get off asking for money for your pets?
Yeah. Did I buy these pets for you? Or did you have them? Did you buy them? Because again, and here's the other thing. You're a musician and an actress. What job do I have where I'm making more than you, where I have to pay you alimony?
Well, actually, her future ex-husband is a singer.
Is he more famous than she is?
I don't think he is, but...
So if anything, you need to pay me some alimony.
Maybe.
And you know what? You need to pay for my drug habit too, since you want to ask for weird and stupid stuff.
Only in America.
Only in America.
Definitely. Like that. Celebrity greed is an amazing thing.
It is. It is.
So, something we had to talk about. We have not had a chance to talk about Charlie Sheen. And we took a long break, so we definitely got to talk about Charlie Sheen's HIV diagnosis. Now, everybody has a lot of opinions about hookers and drugs over the last 30 years. And Mr. Sheen, what do you think when you heard Charlie Sheen HIV?
When I heard Charlie Sheen HIV, I was like, and?
I wasn't shocked myself.
Where's the story? Like, again, like you said, I mean, I think they basically said something that we all already assumed.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you know, if somebody would have came out, you know, to say, hey, Michael Jackson's gay, there's going to be a lot of people that were like, well, what's the story? Because we already knew that. Richard Simmons too. I mean, there's a lot of things that we hear, you know, and it's like, we already knew that. William Shatner wears a hairpiece.
I did not know that.
Oh, really? Oh, well, but again, look at a lot of people like, oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, he's been bald. Actually, if you look at like the first seasons of Star Trek, you see how he's bald at the ear, but then going forward, it's all nice and covered up.
It's crazy.
Actually, started back on what T.J. Hooker, I think it was, when he played the cop
in the 80s.
Yeah, it was the 70s.
I cannot believe I'm hearing this.
But again, so to say that Charlie Sheen, you know, has a sexually transmitted disease, no one is surprised. To be honest, I think we would be more surprised if we were told that he doesn't have one.
I'd be shocked myself. I was shocked when, you know, somebody joked with me. They said, you know, how come Gene Simmons doesn't have one? And I said, I don't know, but wouldn't shock me either.
Well, he's been dealing with Shannon Tweed basically consistently for a long time.
Yeah, but...
and she only does, you know, well, that softcore stuff, so it's not too much out there. There's a lot of, in my opinion, when you think of things that people have done, there's a lot of celebrities you may think that may end up having AIDS due to reckless behavior or lifestyle choices. And I can definitely tell you that Charlie Sheen was one of those that everybody would have put definitely in their top 20. Even top 10 based off how he acted and was reacting after leaving 2.5 Men.
Fair enough, you know.
Based off that, I probably think John Cryer would have it just from being so close to that motherfucker. Like, seriously.
Well, you know, they've been saying that part of the reason he left, that he probably had it right before he left or right after he was let go from 2.5 Men. He's probably been keeping it secret for several years.
That could have been probably one of the reasons. Because you know that these shows, aside from filming and paying these actors, they get insurance on them.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, if you were to go, you know, they were trying to maybe renew him for another season, let's get your insurance, come to find out, oh, you have a pre-existing condition. We can't insure you.
Oh.
So, well, since we can't insure you, hasta la vista, baby.
I think that's the ultimate pre-existing condition, HIV.
Exactly.
Wow.
Well, think about it. How many actors or musicians do you know that have HIV or AIDS and are out working consistently?
I don't know one.
There are.
That's consistent.
Because nobody wants to work with you. Nobody wants to take that chance.
You have a point.
So it's like, if I can't, no, so number one, even if I can insure you, the other co-stars don't want to act with you because of what you got to do and all this other stuff. We can be progressive as we like, but if I know that you're sick, I don't want to be around you. Leprosy is what, gone almost?
Yeah.
Polio, almost eradicated. Let me find out you have polio. I'm out the door. I'm not going to be around you. And I can't get it from you, you know, but it's like, no, I don't want to be around that.
Yeah, I can understand. I think Jenny McCarthy complained on the computer saying, you know, that Charlie should have disclosed to me. But if Charlie didn't disclose to his father and his brother, he ain't going to disclose to Jenny McCarthy.
No.
So let's be honest.
Because he probably thinks she already has it too.
I mean, she slept with a bunch of cats.
Exactly. So they said he probably thought she already had it too, so there's no need to disclose.
We got to move on to the topic of topics. For the last 7 months, Donald Trump has dominated the polls. The presidential election, being the top Republican now, you know, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. We're less than a year away. What are your thoughts on this election?
Ross Perot has shown that you can have all the money in the world, but if you're stupid as fuck, you're not going to get elected to be president. He's shown it. The thing is, Donald Trump has the money. He says he doesn't need people to support him because he has his own money. Well, here's the thing. You need people to support you in order to vote for you.
You're right.
And the bad part is you are eliminating all the people that want to vote for you. Like when you say, oh, Mexicans are rapists, you've already started to exclude your Hispanic population. When you say that they need to build a wall to keep out Hispanics, you've eliminated more. Not just Hispanics, but foreigners, period.
And now the Muslim thing.
Yes, now if you are, and again, not just Muslim, but if you're a practicing Muslim, meaning you don't even have to be from the Middle East You can be coming from China. You could be a Chinaman.
You could be Dave Chappelle, who's a Muslim.
Exactly. You could be someone or an African coming. You know what I'm saying? It'd be Muslim, but now just because I'm Muslim, I can't get into the country.
I don't think he was gonna get Dave Chappelle and Ice Cube's vote anyway. Just saying.
But still, it is the fact that this country founded, established, and started by people that were fleeing their country due to religious persecution.
Yeah.
So how is it now that, again, it's good enough for his forefathers and ancestors to come on over, but it's not good enough for everyone else?
Well, you know how it is with some white folks. They're like, well, it's our country. Technically, no, you stole it from some Indians.